Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are making Totoro fingerless gloves. Just a quick heads up, I lost these gloves while I was making this video, so I don't have any footage of me wearing them, but I can guarantee you that they look absolutely adorable on. Here's a photo of the gloves, an older version I used to make. For these, I use medium weight for yarn. I'm using acrylic in this video, and you'll need a 6mm hook and a 5mm hook, and some stitch markers. So these gloves are super easy to make. All you're going to do is chain a chain that's long enough to wrap around the palm of your hand, and like close. So for my hand, I chained 25, and that's long enough for me. Once you have a chain that's long enough, just go ahead and skip the first two chains, and you're going to half double crochet in the third chain, and you're just going to half double crochet across. This is basically the entire glove pattern. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain 2, turn, and then half double crochet across. But this time you're not going to skip any chains. You just skip the first 2 on the first initial thing. With this pattern, you can go as long as you want. It's almost like making a scarf. I go to 17 rows of half double crochet. Once you have a length that satisfies you, you can go ahead and fold it, and then chain 1, and then do single crochet the sides together. I don't do slip stitch here because I think it makes it too tight. Also, you don't want to completely single crochet the entire side because you need space for your thumb. So since I chained 17 rows, I will single crochet 9 of those rows together. So once I've got 9 single crochets attached, I'll cut it off and then flip it over into the other side, and this time I'll do 4 single crochets, and that should give a nice space for the thumb. This is this has been universal for me. I've sold like hundreds of these before, and it's fit most people. So just flip it back right side in. This is the inside out. You want to have your seams on the inside, so just flip it inside, outside in, and you're done with your glove. That's it. Now I'm going to teach you how to make each individual part that attaches to this glove. First, I'll show you the belly. Basically, we're going to take a 5mm hook and chain 3, and this is going to be the beginning of our double crochets. Then we're going to do 12 more double crochets into the first chain, first starting chain. And this is going to make a circle. When we get back to the starting first 3 chains we did, you're going to slip stitch into that, and then you're going to chain 3. And then we're going to go around and we're going to do 2 sets of double crochets in each stitch. So just make 2 double crochets in each stitch to make the circle bigger. So just make 2 double crochets in each stitch to make the circle bigger. When we get back around to the starting 3 chain that we did, single crochet, slip stitch into that, then chain 3 again. And this time we're going to make 2 sets of double crochets into the first stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to do 1 set of double crochet, and then in the next stitch it's going to be 2 double crochets. So it's a pattern of 2 sets of double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and do this all the way around. After that, we're just going to cut off a tie that's long enough, because we're going to have to sew it on, and then yeah. For the ears, we're going to use a 5mm hook again, and we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to single crochet 4 into the starting chain. You're going to need a stitch marker for this, or a bobby pin, something, so you can kind of know where you are. Once you've got 4 single crochets, place your stitch marker, and then we're just going to single crochet around, and then we're going to single crochet around again. So we're going to have 2 rows of single crochet after our first 4 single crochets in the first stitch. Then we are going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around. After that, 2 more rows of single crochet, just single crochets in each stitch around. So 1 row of single crochet, and then another row of single crochet, and this is like the ear pattern. Then we're going to make 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and this is the pattern for this part. So it's 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, oh my gosh, around. And then repeat our pattern of 2 rows of single crochet around. So 1 row and then another row of just single crochet. So the next row is 2 single crochet in 1 stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, another single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets. So now we're going to have 2 spaces of just 1 single crochet in each between the 2 single crochets in the individual stitches. I hate saying this. And then in the next The next 2 rows again are just single crochet around. For the decrease, we take our hook and we slip it under the first loop of the chain, and then the next loop of the other chain. So 2 loops of the individual chains. And we slip the yarn underneath those loops, and this tightens the ear. After that, you make 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then another single crochet in the next stitch. After that, you repeat this pattern of going under the loops of the next 2 chains, and then making a single crochet in the next chain and a single crochet in the next chain. You do this all the way around. Lastly, we do the exact same thing of going under the loops for this last row. Go under the 2 loops of each chain, and then only 1 single crochet space, and then going under the loops again, and then 1 single crochet until it's done. And then I just tie off a long enough piece so I can sew the ear onto the glove. The last body part we need are the eyes. The eyes are also made with a 5mm hook, and we're going to chain 2 and then do 6 single crochet into the first starting chain. Then we tie it off, cut it off, and we're going to attach white into any stitch. It really doesn't matter. I like to do it into the stitch that's created after you slip stitch into the beginning chain. And then chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch around, and that's it. And then tie off a long enough string so you can sew the eye onto the body. Then you're just going to go ahead and sew all these body parts on. There isn't any specific technique to this. Just if you know how to sew, it's kind of self-explanatory. I like to put each body part on first, just to get a placement. Also, make sure that you're pitting, you're not pitting the face on the same side on each glove, so that the faces are facing a different direction for your thumbs. I don't know any better way to explain that. But yeah, so I added some little features that I didn't used to add when I made these, like the lines on the belly and whiskers, and the nose. And this just kind of makes it more Totoro-y. Um, Anyways, I hope that this tutorial was simple and clear, and that you were able to make these super cute gloves. I also have a tutorial for a matching bag that I'll leave the link to in the description. And I'm making a pair of slippers of these, a tutorial for a pair of slippers of these also in the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. Thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe for more crochet videos.